Hello, hello. This is Jason Downs VGS. This is my 3-month post-op video. Yesterday I went for my 3-month checkup, post-op for vertical gastric sleeve, otherwise known as vertical gastric sleeve. I can never say it right. Vertical sleeve gastronomy. There we go. There. Got tongue-tied on that one. Always do. I don't know. Anyway. Drum roll, please. Started out at 5:02 day of surgery. There's no drums. This is just me. I'm pretending I'm playing. It would be keyboard. So keyboard roll, please. I don't know drums. Anyway, 5:02 day of surgery. Yesterday, weigh-in 427. That is, I believe, like 77 pounds since my gastric sleeve surgery, plus the 67 pounds that I lost prior to the surgery, brings me to a total of, someone else do the math, because I don't know math. I don't have a calculator. That's like I've got to carry a 1 and like add the 0. I don't know. Anyway, doing pretty good. Not having any really bad food cravings. Only issues that I'm really having, I'm still, and I think this is typical, I'm still not able to drink while eating, which is kind of strange feeling. Just you eat, and then lots of times you're like, oh, I'm gonna take a sip of this to get the food down, kind of thing. But if you do that, I mean, your food's gonna come back up. There's just no room. You know, you've ate your, I could probably eat like 1.5 cups, 2 cups of food, because I had a really big stomach. So even though they took 3/4 of my stomach out, I'm able to eat more than some people that I followed online. That they're like, I can only eat like a cup. I mean, I can eat almost 2 cups of food and be okay. But I feel like that 2 cups of food, maybe I'm eating too much still, even though I'm losing weight. But it feels like a buffet. Like I've ate too much. Not like I'm sick, like I ate like 5 plates at a buffet, but like, man, I'm so full. But then it's okay. I'm not like uncomfortable, like in pain or anything like that. But if I was to drink a glass of water, or even more than a sip of water, I'm in trouble. So that becomes a problem at restaurants, and that leads me to the next thing I'm going to talk about in restaurants. I will go to a restaurant and I'll be like, I'll order my food, and a lot of times if it's a very large portion, I immediately ask for a box. And then they look at me like, okay. And they bring me a box. Then it's that awkward thing like, I had gastric sleeve surgery. I know I look fat and I look like I'm going to eat like 5 plates, but I'm only going to eat like half of this. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in a box. And then they're like, oh, okay, sweetheart. Oh. Whatever, But then, certain restaurants, like here, for example, we went to Gustavo's in Crestwood. For anybody local in LaGrange, Oldham County area, probably knows where that is. The waiter kept coming by periodically, or very frequently, and I'm not trying to make fun of his accent, but he is a Spanish-speaking, probably a Mexican guy. Is like, oh, sir, is everything okay with your food? Is your food okay? I can take it back. I can take it back. You don't like it? And I'm like, no, my food's good. Everything's good. He comes back again. I've only ate like maybe like 1/4 of the plate, and he's like, mister, everything is good with your food, okay? It's good. And I'm like, yes, my food is great. I eat really slow, because it's kind of that awkward thing where when you try to explain to them with the gastric sleeve, some people don't even know what it is. Or some people think it's the gastric bypass, and they go, oh, you have this tiny little pouch, and it's just, so then it becomes a conversation. And I mean, if you're just trying to have a meal, I mean, I love talking to people, don't get me wrong. But then there's other people that'll be like, oh, I had somebody got that done, all her hair fell out, and her teeth fell out, and they went blind in one eye, and their left arm fell off. And I'm like, I hope that don't happen. I take vitamins. So anyway, it just becomes a funny little thing where I'm like, you know, maybe I'd be like halfway through, I eat half of it and go, when they come and ask, is your food okay? You know, next restaurant I go to, be like, sir, is your food okay? No, it was horrible. I'm not paying for this. I don't know, that'd kind of be wrong, so. Free food. Now, I did find out from one of the restaurants when I was out on the road at one of the truck stops, one of the waitresses told me I need to talk to my gastric surgeon or their office, which I probably might drop them a line on Monday before I leave for work, that if they give me a little card, I can order off the kids menu, I guess. So then that can save money because I'm only eating the small portions anyway. But then I look at a lot of what the kids menu things are. It's mostly carbohydrates, and I don't really eat carbohydrates. Like, I don't really want, you know, hot dog or what the little miniature corn dogs and macaroni and cheese, you know. I don't want that. I'd rather just pay for the food, and then I'll just split it and, you know, heat it up later or whatever. But I'm allergies. I'm doing really well. I of course had that whole moment where I'm like, oh, I'm only down to 427. I thought I'd be like under 400 already or something, but I guess I'm mental. Because the doctor was like, and it was kind of almost like a racist slur towards fat people or people who've had gastric sleeve surgery, because she goes, oh, you people. When I said to her, I said to the doctor, I'm like, you, or the nurse practitioner, I'm like, oh, I feel like I should have lost more weight in 3-month period. And she's like, you people kill me. And I'm like, you people? What do you mean, you people? You fattest? No. So anyway, I'm just being dumb now, running out of things to talk about. Basically, lost 77 pounds in the last 3 months, doing really well, doing really good, feeling good, trying to exercise as much as I can. I try to walk and do some you know, just some calisthenic type things, push-ups, things like that, in and around the truck. Watching my carbs still, because carbs are not your friend, you know, and drinking lots of water, which is very difficult because I can't drink a half hour before I eat, can't drink a half hour after I eat, can't drink during the time of eating or you'll die. Which leads me to the next, just a funny little thing. For those of you who watch my videos who do not know, I am LDS, Latter-day Saint, Jesus Christ Latter-day Saints is a church I'm part of. So I don't indulge in coffee, tea, alcohol, things like that, tobacco. So my son the other day, we were going through a McDonald's drive-thru because they still eat junk, I don't. And he just saw the sweet tea up on the board or whatever, and he goes, Daddy, don't drink tea, 'cause you'll die. And I'm like, I don't drink tea, it's okay. But he did, it just was a cute little thing that he thought if you drink sweet tea, you die. I should have just been like, yes, you will. No. Anyway, this is Jason Downs VGS. I'm running out of things to talk about. Follow me on Twitter, here on YouTube. Bye-bye.